Hello, sweet, sensitive people out there, as always. A reminder that I also serve both men and women, and I'm not against if you identify to be bisexual or gay or, whatever feels that, is your core identity. Then of course you need to love and value and accept yourself the way you are. So I don't judge people like that. So if my work resonates, then of course you're welcome to being my client and to following my work. But yeah, so we have a new week again, and I have a few thoughts to share right now. So first of all, this uplifting, beautiful message is coming through because I follow Steve Gutenberg and Reese Witherspoon. I love them both, and Steve is so positive and encouraging and uplifting, and I just see his kind spirit on Instagram, where I follow him actively. I have quite a few people that I follow actively there, including actors and actresses and bands and musicians, which I always loved. And yeah, he's been sharing these amazing positive messages, and he just shared this message that you get to do something, you get to wake up in the morning. So that is also a really I cannot even choose the word. Yeah, so he was sharing this message that, how you can feel grateful and positive and uplifted, and encouraged about these, well, let's say affirmations or thoughts or feelings, emotions, because they can be all of that. So anyway, when you wake up in the morning, you can think to yourself, wow, I get to wake up today. What I get to do today, I get to feel joyful, I get to feel peaceful, for example. Whatever feels that would be a good affirmation that day or that morning. But this also cultivates, healing and to have all of that peace of mind and, to be in your own authentic, beautiful energy of love and light and peace and joy when you do this. Yeah, so maybe if right now you need a bit of uplifting, you can think to yourself, what do I get to do today? Not what do I need to do, but what do I get to choose to do today? Because ultimately everything is about energy and choices and what we believe in. Because what we believe in and what energy we're emitting manifests in our lives. So what are you focusing on? What are you choosing? Are you choosing joy and peace and health or something else? So it's important that we always pay attention to it. It's a part of self-care as well. And this can also go perfectly hand in hand, especially if you're building your life anew right now after domestic violence relationship, for example, or you are leaving a toxic job, or you're cutting off toxic family members, friends who turned out to be fake or narcissistic, for example. You're cutting off toxic habits, toxic people from your life, toxic patterns as you're healing, because you're supposed to do that. So this perfectly goes hand in hand with that process that you're cultivating the gratitude, the healing, the well-being, the peace and joy, the right mindset, that you're being on your own side. So you need to be loving yourself and, cultivating that gratitude and feeling of freedom. And you get to do it all. So be grateful for it, that you get to do it. So the more you can choose to see and feel it from that angle, everything gets easier, everything changes, everything is shifting, because you're not cultivating that old suffering story anymore. You're not coming from that energy. You're consciously aware of the freedom that you deserve, that is out there for you. It's already here in your heart when you just choose to feel it, when you choose your freedom, when you choose happiness and healing. And the more you do this, you get excited about your life, about your health, about everything that is healthy and good for you, and you can discern better of what is all wrong and toxic. Of course, you can go through all kinds of emotions. If you're still healing and recovering from serious trauma that has been caused to you by these cruel people, it's definitely no easy task to pick yourself up again and move on, and to be able to heal and thrive and recover. It is not easy, but that is why I'm here speaking and helping and telling you, and making it all easier. But again, we deserve support and kindness and love and care as well, and respect like everyone else in this world. We're no different. So being a sensitive being, God's chosen one, Starseed, Earth Angel, Human Angel, sensitive woman, you deserve all the love and support back. So no more one-sided relationships. You have to make this conscious decision to be aware from now on, to no longer accept one-sided relationships that require more effort from you than they give to you. It should always be reciprocated, and no toxic. It's a huge warning sign, a red flag, if somebody is using power and control over you, causing you serious trauma and illness and suffering, shame, fear, guilt, anxiety, insecurity, and all kinds of pain and suffering, that you just blame yourself again, you feel shameful, you feel scared to even mention it because they might attack you. So this is the pattern with a narcissistic person, or a psychopathic person who will not be able to love you or respect you normally. And they just do what they do, and they just want to have that power and control over you. So especially if you resonate with this, that you've spent most of your life suffering in silence, in depression, anxiety, shame, fear, and guilt, like I did, because this is usually the pattern that happens when you are a sensitive being, especially if you are a young person, a small child, teenager, young adult, because you can have insecurities, and it's natural to have insecurities. It doesn't make you any less of worth of anything. The whole point is to accept all the parts of ourselves and to love all those parts of ourselves, and to not see failures or mistakes as these big issues. So the more you can get to be on your own side and cultivate this gratitude mindset, that you actually learn how to love yourself, your body, everything about you. You learn to value it, accept it, cherish it, know its worth, know your worth, and you are beginning to shine your light even more. And we should never be afraid to shine our lights. You know, those toxic people, yes, they want us to be afraid. They want to dim our light. That is the whole pattern of it. Like what has been happening to me on social media. Ever since I began to use it, I've seen, you know, just way too many toxic people who do nothing but provoke hate and pain and suffering. But I wish that you can learn to be excited in the morning when you wake up. Learn to cherish your life and everything. See the good in every day. See the magic. Feel the magic. And you know, the more you tune into all of that, the law of attraction will also work for you. It will be on your side because you're not against yourself anymore. And this is what God has also intended for us, for you, that you could be able to see and feel all those good, amazing things. You can feel like a child again. You're tuning also with you're tuning in with your inner child. That is also very healing, because likely he or she needs your attention and love and care as well. So it's no more of feeling sorry for yourself or suffering in silence, suffering within, feeling ashamed, feeling guilty, feeling fearful, feeling anxious and insecure for those things that were never your problem in the first place. And you start to realize you are aware, you're conscious of the fact that they were only other people who had those problems and issues, and you are that peacemaker, you are that light, you know, and you're supposed to shine your light. And there's nothing wrong or egotistical about that. There is nothing narcissistic about that. Those beings have demonic entities within them who are toxic, and period. It is so easy for us to always care about everyone. We just wish that there would be peace in the world, because that is our core mission, why we are here. And especially when you are a human angel and you come from heaven, basically, you come from a place of peace. So the pain of dealing with this earth and this human life, yes, it is unbearable at times. But we need these self-care practices and tools so that we can remain healthy and sane here and actually fulfill our life missions that we are here to do. And so that is a fact. I cannot tell you how many times I have almost quit doing my light work, doing, you know, making my YouTube videos. It took me such a long time to even be able to record one video, let alone to start opening up vulnerably about my life story and all of that. So it's been such a journey of pain and work and realizations, and so what I just want to point out is that when we work for God, when we work for the good, it will always be paid off, that we will win in the end. So instead of, you know, blaming yourself and feeling guilty for the things that you didn't do and for that toxic energy that isn't yours, you're not that toxic person's parent. You're not responsible for them. They are responsible for themselves and their life. And they should stop blaming others and pouring their pain on others. And it is very, very wrong that usually we are the victims, because they sense and see our nurturing energy, our nurturing vibe, and they think that we are easy targets because we're so kind and loving and forgiving. And so this is usually what happens with them. And they treat you like their mother or their father figure. So instead of feeling and thinking, constantly overthinking in your mind, feeling guilty that, there's something wrong with me, there must be something wrong with me. What is wrong with me when I'm attracting these toxic people? And what am I doing wrong? And why is this happening to me? And why am I so alone? And nobody seems to like me and all of that. Well, you have to make peace with these thoughts. You have to forgive yourself, because ultimately it's not your problem to deal with. There was nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. So this is what I also had to realize and learn. That I was always enough. We're always enough. So instead, be cultivating that winner mindset, that when you come from that love and peace and healing and integrity, respect for yourself, respect for others, that you naturally have, but you also need to give it to yourself. We always need to give it to ourselves first, because nobody else can do that. So we always need to respect and love and accept ourselves first, so that we have better grounds for our life to be built on. It's like a sand castle, that you cannot be building a castle just on sand. You have to be building it on a solid base. So it's the same thing with our lives and with our relationships. We always need to be building it from the ground up, so that we have a solid base for it to flourish and grow. Yeah, so I was saying that for it to grow and flourish, we need to have that. We just need to have that. So no relationship will work without the necessary work that comes with it. It's the same thing with everything. That certain steps need to be taken, certain action needs to be taken. There have to be these building blocks in place. So yeah, these are what are coming to me right now. A bit of a motivational speech, and because I'm always here to help and uplift. So today, what can you do today to be growing your peace and feeling better? And what are you choosing today? What do you get to choose today and every day in your life that makes you feel better, that you can feel joyful, you can feel love, you can feel loved and cared for? When you're giving that to yourself, first and foremost, and you're accepting it also from around you. So this is an important question to be asking yourself, and to be reminding yourself that you are enough, that there's nothing wrong with you. And if you need more help and support, my services and products are here to help. My free days, my self-help book, my coaching program with my solution by Starseed, if you are interested in a longer commitment, or you can just book a session with me.